Hey guys, Brendan Esguerra here, and today, um, and today, I'm gonna be talking to you about, what really caused the coronavirus. I think Spider-Man Homecoming caused the coronavirus. Yes, you heard me. Spider-Man Homecoming caused the coronavirus. It was Marvel's decision to reboot Spider-Man again that caused the coronavirus. And it was also Tom Holland replacing Andrew Garfield and being cast as Spider-Man in the MCU that caused the coronavirus. Not to mention, so it was all Tom Holland's fault. He caused the coronavirus, not Donald Trump, and of course not Dr. Anthony Fauci, because Dr. Anthony Fauci is only an expert on the coronavirus, not the one who caused it. Not anyone, it was Tom Holland. And probably Tom Holland's father and brothers and maybe some of his family too. And also that little stunt he did to make sure Spider-Man stays in the MCU, him getting drunk and crying over the phone to make sure Spider-Man stays in the MCU. That also caused the coronavirus. It opened a can of worms, and it was a bad idea. Not to mention rebooting Spider-Man again and Spider-Man Homecoming in general is a bad idea because, let's be honest, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home are an abysmal train wreck with with very little love and effort put into them, and they're just a cash grab, and they're just doing it for money. Just look at how they butchered Star Wars. And besides, Spider-Man No Way Home has even less love and effort put into it because of the fact Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, is gonna be all CGI. No real fabric or eye lenses, and not an actual actor portraying him. He's gonna be all CGI with some motion capture. Kind of like Alita in Alita Battle Angel, and that's the one problem with Alita Battle Angel. I mean, Alita Battle Angel was a good movie, it just had one flaw. It's just Alita's big CGI eyes look super creepy, because they literally give off an uncanny valley vibe. The eyes are the windows to the soul, more like the eyes that stare into your soul. I mean, her eyes are so cold and lifeless, well, because of the part that they're CG. And not only that, Spider-Man and Spider-Man No Way Home, because of the fact his costume is gonna be all CGI, he's gonna be so... Spider-Man's gonna end up becoming so cold and lifeless because of the fact that he is all CGI, and there's gonna be even less effort and love put into it. I mean, it's like he's becoming a live-action cartoon character, but not in a good way, not in a good live-action superhero movie way. No, in a messed up way, in in an uncanny valley way. And I don't want Spider-Man to go into the uncanny, to head into the uncanny valley like Alita Battle Angel did. Besides, I don't want Spider-Man to be a live-action cartoon character in a sense like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Space Jam, Looney Tunes Back in Action, the Tom and Jerry movie, and the Space Jam sequel. No, that's not how a live-action superhero movie is done. Spider-Man has to be a live actor portraying the character in costume, and it has to continue that way, with no CGI on his costume at all, no CGI eye lenses, no web wings, no crazy lights, just a regular red and blue skin tight spandex suit, all real. And let's not forget that not only Spider-Man Homecoming and Tom Holland caused the coronavirus, it was also the decision to cancel The Amazing Spider-Man 3 that caused the coronavirus, as well as everyone involved with Spider-Man Homecoming, including not just Tom Holland, but also Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, Jon Watts, Zendaya, the kid who played Ned Leeds. Everyone involved with Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man No Way Home and Spider-Man Far From Home. And let's not forget what else that caused the coronavirus. Spider-Man's death in Avengers Infinity War. That also caused the coronavirus. And not to mention, and of course, Black Widow's death at the end of Avengers Endgame. That also caused the coronavirus. And let's not forget that Marvel's Phase 5 and everything else that happened in the MCU, such as Thor becoming a fat, smelly, disgusting slob, as well as everything else in Marvel's Phase 5 and every future project in Marvel's Phase 5, including Thor Love and Thunder, Shang-Chi and the Seven Rings, and everything else, and whatever the MCU is doing in the future, and whatever the direction they're going for. They're prolonging the coronavirus. Yes, they're actually making the coronavirus worse. They're actually making the pandemic worse. And not only that, it's also the fans' fault. Well, not all the fans like me, but a certain half of the Spidey fans who criticized and hated The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and never realized and understood how great and wonderful The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 actually were. And those same fans that actually praised and loved Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, and Spider-Man No Way Home, those same Spidey fans, which I like to call Spidey Fags, They caused the coronavirus. Yes, those same terrible, toxic Spidey fans who criticized and hated the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and praised and loved Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, they caused the coronavirus. And it was their fault. And if none of all that ever happened, and if we could have gave the Amazing Spider-Man at least one more chance with the Amazing Spider-Man 3, and as well as and if they decided not to reboot Spider-Man again and not make all of those other terrible decisions, and if they, then the coronavirus pandemic would have never happened. Yeah, the coronavirus pandemic would have never happened. That means we would be still going out and about. And everything would be safe. And if we didn't, and also, I kind of think us blaming Sony and criticizing Sony for what they did to Spider-Man, that caused the coronavirus. And not only that, Sony giving up the rights to Spider-Man to the MCU, that caused the coronavirus. And not only that, ultimately, here's the final thing. The deal between Marvel and Sony with Spider-Man, that also caused the coronavirus. Everything I said that caused the coronavirus caused it. And it already happened. And if none of all that stuff happened, if Sony kept Spider-Man, and if we gave Sony at least one more chance with the Amazing Spider-Man, with the Amazing Spider-Man 3, and if we, then, and if none of all that other stuff happened, and if we as Spidey fans, just relaxed and moved on, and stopped criticizing everything, and if they decided not to reboot Spider-Man again, and they decide to if they decide to continue with the Amazing Spider-Man 3, then none of this would have happened. The whole coronavirus thing wouldn't have happened. Besides, let's be honest, Sony really was doing a good job with Spider-Man without the MCU. It's true. Sony is right, and everyone in the MCU, including even the actors involved, are all being hypocrites. Even Tom Holland is a hypocrite. As well as almost half of the Spider-Man fan base that criticized the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 and hated it and hated them and praised and loved Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, and every other MCU Spider-Man film, they're also hypocrites. And it's all their fault because they caused the coronavirus. And if besides, Sony was really doing a good job with Spider-Man without the MCU. So if we just let Sony do their own thing with Spider-Man without the MCU, with the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and any other of their future Spider-Man projects, then none of this would have ever happened. The whole coronavirus pandemic would have never happened. So we would be out and about, and it would be safe. Yeah, and it would be safe. It's that simple. It's that simple. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an awesome day, and I hope you like it. Have an awesome day, and I hope you like it. This has been Brendan Esguerra signing off. Peace out. Mwah.